Welcome back to the show.
Okay, Sonny Angel versus Labubu. Who would win?
In a fight?
Yeah.
Labubu. It would just like body slam onto the Sonny Angel.
Okay.
But Labubu, nice.
Labubu's scary. I've been in maid of honor mode. I'm really excited for your shower.
Can you give us a little tea?
No.
But I would love to know what animal.
There will be chick.
That's what I wanted. Don't tell me anything else. I just want a little chick.
The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
Pretty basic.
Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to Pretty Basic. I am your co-host, Alicia Marie.
And I'm your co-host, Remi Cruz. And we are back in what you guys believe is our ugly studio. No, I'm just kidding.
No, the way they read, you know, when you like want, you ask them a question like, hey, like, does this dress look kind of ugly? But then they're like a little too excited to be like, oh my God, yeah, I would change.
God you
asked.
You know what the takeaway is from the New York episodes? Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
Even though we did want the answers to
No,
them.
I'm totally just kidding. We are back in our home studio and we do agree. We need to bring a little warmth into here. So don't you worry, guys. We're going to start working on it very soon. We've just been a little bit busy, but we do feel as though the PB studio needs a little bit of a facelift. We are in our 30s now. We are adult women, and we feel as though the New York studio that we recorded in, while it was gorgeous, was still not quite pretty basic enough. So we're going to find a happy medium.
Yeah, I also feel like now we've gone to different studios. We've learned what matters and what doesn't. Like, for instance, we have this beautiful coffee table that honestly takes up a lot of room that no one sees. Yeah. And I feel like even getting rid of that, we could move the couches up a little bit or the chairs up a little bit. Yeah, we could reupholster these.
This is what I was talking about. I think the gray, it's just a little too office.
Yeah.
It's a little too Office Depot. We need to bring warmth and like a little fun. I will say, we always talk about this like at live shows and things, but when we got the initial mock-up for the studio, which we had an amazing set company make this studio and it's gorgeous, but you don't see a majority of it on camera. And initially it was actually a third bigger with a DJ booth, which imagine we had a DJ booth in the studio.
Remi,
I mean, I would love it, but.
No, I would love it.
I would actually love it.
No, I know, but yeah, we wouldn't use it. No one would see it. Or maybe our whole intro would be us like turntable.
Imagine like we hired a DJ and like every time we're like walking out like,
oh my God, and then we add the fake crowd like,
oh my God.
People really think it's a live show. We're like, hey everyone,
everybody, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Any joke we say, we're like, you know, that'd be funny.
As we're being pulled into a padded cell.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm trying to think what.
The studio is kind of giving padded cell, honestly.
Remi.
Is it not?
Don't let me think that because it's true. I just feel like
we're going to figure it out. Don't you worry. It's not going to be anytime soon because we have way bigger fish to fry currently. But just know, before the next season, we will revamp the studio. How about that?
I like it. Like, why? I don't want to wait a whole other year for like season 8. I just want to, let's just get it done.
We're halfway through season 7.
Are we really?
Yeah. It's the middle of the year, girl. I know.
I don't want to wait 6 months.
I know. I'm just saying by
the
next season, we will have a revamp. I promise. Will it be small? Will it be big? We're not sure. We're going to figure that out. But that is a case for another day.
It made us so excited to really see you guys also feel passionate about
our ugly studio.
Ugly ass studio. No, it's not. It's not. And we know it's not. But yeah, it is time. I mean, this was here since what, 2021? It's been a minute. It's time to grow up. She was a freshman. Now she's like in college and it's time. No, she was like in high school and now she's in the real world. You know?
She's ready.
She's at a job. Like
she's put on her big girl pants.
Yeah. So maybe we can even, I was going to suggest, I was like, maybe we'll even get real plants. Nope. There's no way. I couldn't keep that alive. I could not keep that alive. It would look better though.
You think so? I think they look cute.
Oh no, I feel bad. Why do I get feelings for like inanimate objects?
I think they're cute. I think they're doing their job. They're bringing the pop of green. They are giving a little life.
And they're consistent.
They are. And it's a Target plan and it's totally doing what she needs to do.
No, like the way my brain makes everything a Pixar movie, like this poor plant was just like, oh, I'm not good enough.
Say sorry to her.
No, like, sometimes being empathetic sucks.
Say sorry to her.
Him.
Obviously,
Remi.
Obviously, it's a him.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like his name's like Frederick.
I feel as though you name a lot of things Frederick.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never named anything Frederick.
Didn't you name something recently?
I mean,
Frederick?
Freddie's different from Frederick.
Okay.
Obviously so. Anyway, okay, yeah. So we're back from New York. That was super fun. We have a lot to talk about.
We do. Currently, right now, my cramps are hurting so badly.
Wait,
Should
but
I
you
tell
started your
them?
period?
I did.
Oh my God, Remi, it just
I
hit me.
texted the Whores of Honor chat. Did you not see?
No.
As soon as it happened, I texted in all caps, I got my period.
I didn't even see that.
Oh, yes.
Well, I saw your TikTok.
Something to celebrate.
I saw your TikTok being like, how do I not get my period on my wedding?
Yes. Can you believe? I was just telling everybody in the studio, I made this TikTok yesterday praying that I get my period before the wedding, because having my period at my wedding sounds like the worst thing ever, just with a white dress, just like with feeling yucky and just feeling like in pain. I'm actually in a lot of pain right now.
I was going to say, I think, let alone, like, I'm sure you'd be fine. Like, I was trying not to make it weird and then I made it weird, like bleeding wise, you know, like I think you'd be fine, but the cramps alone would be like really hard.
Just like uncomfortable, just like sad, moody.
Yeah.
I've been moody today and tired. Don't worry, guys. I made that TikTok. Boom. Next morning, she came.
Okay, so does your brain go to, if you didn't make that TikTok, would it have still come?
A little bit, where I was just like, wow, I really moved the needle today.
Yes, right?
I did.
Like sometimes I think that way when I finally say something out loud and then shit happens what I've wanted to happen for weeks. I'm like, wow, clearly I should have said this earlier.
You put it out into the universe.
No, and I think you making that TikTok actually did something.
I mean, to be honest, and I'm sorry if talking about this is not fun for people to hear, but it's fine. We're all safe here. I missed my period for like 2 months. To the point where I did take a pregnancy test. The other day, yes, with Alicia, Zane, and Heath. And I was just telling everyone in the studio today that I took a pregnancy test, and they were like, oh my God, were you nervous? Like, how are you feeling? And I was like, no, I was like kind of joking. And then it really hit me when I was in the bathroom, like, oh wait, this might be real. And then I had a real moment of panic, but not pregnant, just stressed. And she's arrived.
Yes. And I knew it was stress, but there was 1% of me that was like, you could be pregnant.
It could be. It could happen.
And, you know, I mean, I do remember when Lauren Giraldo, shout out to Lauren, love you, 12 through 30.
3:30.
I remember her saying she actually liked being pregnant on her wedding because she was sober. So she like remembered everything. And I had that moment. I was like, Rem will still be so happy. But then I also was just like, I feel like, I mean, you'd be happy no matter what. But that does change a lot of things when you're a few weeks out.
Wedding aside, I wasn't even thinking about the wedding. I was like, am I ready to be a mother? Because the wedding's going to come and go. But then that kid is with me for
You're
a
gonna be
long
such
time.
A good mom.
Thank you. Not yet.
No babies.
And I am relieved to say that because I'm not ready. But I did hang out with my nephew the other night. And after that, I was like, wait.
Your ovaries.
Maybe I am ready. They're just so cute. And he's so perfect. And I got to see Cal be Uncle Cal.
That's what it was.
That's I got the cutest video ever of Cal sitting on the couch and Holden sitting on his little bear chair, and they're going together, we like TV. And it was just the cutest thing. I cannot put it in because I'm so sorry. We don't share Holden on social media. So just imagine cutest little baby and Cal going, we like TV. And I stood there and I was like, oh my God, kind of wish that test was positive right now.
You're like, let me take another one. Because Cal, I mean, obviously Cal, he'd be so fine having a kid now, but like, and he'd be so supportive. So I guess the question I was going to ask wouldn't even like be
truly like whatever. We're very like whatever happens, we will roll with the punches and be good to go. But I am relieved right now. I will say in this moment, that
one less thing to, I don't want to say worry about, but one less thing.
Just stress.
Yeah.
Just stress.
Yeah.
Yes. But other than that,
isn't it
life
weird?
has been stressful.
Isn't it weird though? Because you were irregular for the longest time.
Yes.
Then once you're regular and you like miss a period, it's like monumental. Like it's like, whoa, something's wrong. Something's up, you know?
Honestly, it's so, I mean, now I've experienced a period every month. Oh my God. Also, I was walking into Alfred. I think this was literally yesterday in Melrose, on Melrose Place or in West Hollywood. And I walked in and I had like the best reaction or like best like subscriber, follower interaction ever. I'm like walking up in this little alley and this one girl's holding the door and then another girl's in Alfred getting her matcha. And this is the one that's by
You go down the stairs.
No, it's like the tiny little tea room one. It's like a tiny, literally like the room is like as big as this chair. And so she's holding the door for her friend, and then her friend's taking a minute. So she's like, you can go. And I was like, okay, thank you. And I walk in, and as I'm walking in, the girl in the Alfred looks at me and she goes, by the way, I love you. And I was like, oh my God. And she's like, I'm going to let you order. Like, I'm not going to bother you. I love you. And I was like, oh my God, no, like, let's talk. And then the girl in the doorway, she was saying that she has PCOS, and she's like, I've like watched all your videos, like I've learned everything about PCOS from you. And then I was like, do you live in LA? Here's my doctor, go see her, she's amazing. So hopefully she goes and sees her. But it's so cool to like meet other sisters in the wild.
I pictured you doing your sorority pose.
Sisters, no, sister, CYSTERS. But I forgot what we were talking about, but yeah.
No, just I was saying how you didn't have a period for so long.
Oh my God, yes,
and that was so normal, and then now missing one when you have been regular for over a year now.
It's 2 years.
2 years.
It's so fun to like know when it's coming.
It does help.
I don't know. Yeah. It's before I feel like it was a nice surprise, but now I love it in my organized brain. I'm like, okay, it comes on this day and I expect her. And when she doesn't arrive, I'm like, something's wrong.
I'm always like, my boobs are looking so fucking good. It must be coming. And then I'm like,
it's your boobs.
They look like a boob job. They look so good. Like, I honestly, one of my favorite things. And then I'm always like, oh, dang it.
How long does it last?
No, the day I start my period, boom, gone. Like deflate.
They're just like full with blood.
They're literally just like, and then they're like,
mine is just back pain.
I do get those.
Mine is like right down the spine. I'm like, ow, okay, she's coming. But I love it. I love being a part of the club.
Wait, there's things you learn in life and you're like, how did no one tell me? How did I not learn this in school? One thing that I learned from my friend's mom, she's like an aunt, and she was like, oh yeah, because she would get really bad period pains and she had really low iron. So she had told me, because I was really struggling, she was like, you should make sure to take iron because that's always one of the things I'm deficient in. So she was like, that'll really help your cramps get better. So I did that. But while she's telling me this whole thing, she was like, oh yeah, because it alternates. And I was like, come again?
That's right. You just told me
I was like,
this.
come again. What are you saying? She was like, literally, if you think about it, you only drop one egg per period, right? Ovaries make eggs. It switches which ovary drops the egg each month. So that's why.
And it always alternates, like one side, one side, one side, one side, one side,
I'm
one
sure
side.
like 99% of the time. And I was like, like, no, duh.
Wait.
But also, like, think about it. Your cramps are always leaning towards one side. That's what side ovary is doing. Mind blown.
Mine feel just like a punch right up the vagina. Boom, like that.
Mine just feel like a.
It's like a sucker punch right in the belly. Like, boom, like that.
It does change, like, overall. But there are times
trying
where I'm
to be
like,
in tune
wow,
right now.
my left side hurts more, or my right side hurts more, or even on your back you can get like. And when she said that, I was like, how are we supposed to know this?
I mean,
But,
why
like,
aren't they
duh.
teaching that in health class?
No, and you know what?
They probably
Maybe
were.
they did, and
They probably
no.
were.
Me going to like a private Christian school, I swear they like glossed over the whole like reproductive sex.
I was gonna
anything.
say, what was your like sex ed talk?
We didn't have one.
Oh,
Remi.
not at all.
No. Maybe for like one class, we briefly in biology and like freshman or something, we briefly like was like, okay, guys, let's not make this awkward, blah, 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 blah. But like nothing else more than that at all.
It was like giving Mean Girls, where he's like, if you have sex, you will die.
Yes and no. Like, I remember also in middle school, we had this one like sex talk. I put quotes because, if you're not watching the video, because we had to get our parents to sign off on a permission slip that we were even allowed to hear what this was going to be.
Wow.
And like, there were some parents who didn't want their kid in the room. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. That was before social media. Like, now I feel like you have to be even younger. Like, I feel so bad for those kids. I'm so sorry. This is my opinion. Like, I just feel like growing up, I was always around families who would like want to shelter their kids so much. It made them so, I'm not going to say weird. I just feel like it was such a disservice to the kid.
Yeah.
Because then they're like a senior and they don't know how shit works.
Yeah.
And then they're finding out from their friends anyway. So I'm
Yeah.
like, why would you not want a teacher to teach them?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Or even
God
like
still
parents,
invented sex. Like, what the hell?
like parents having the conversation. Like, in the end, I do know that it's uncomfortable, I'm sure, but it's safe. It's safer at the end of the day.
No, like, blows my mind. So when I hear all my friends now being like, oh yeah, like we had like sex ed and blah, blah, I'm like, wow, we didn't learn anything.
I remember being in health class in 9th grade, and I remember there was a live birth video. That one I don't forget.
Sorry, my assistant from today, Zane, is calling me.
Let's hear it. Put it on speaker. Poor guy. Your alarm is loud.
All right. Sorry about that. They're fine. I forgot we set the alarm and they went home. Anyway, look out for that Patreon video.
We did a video today where Zane was Alicia's assistant, and I got to see a little glimpse of it.
I think we all just got to see a little glimpse of it.
I think that was the perfect little just summary of how the day went.
I'm always looking for easy ways to level up my self-care routine, and I want to tell you about the easiest beauty upgrade ever. It's something you sleep on every night, your pillowcase. Blissy Silk pillowcases are the easiest part of my skincare and hair care routine now.
No, when I tell you guys, we've been traveling the world. The thing that I'm most excited to do is always come back home to my Silk pillowcase. I used to think that a pillowcase was just a pillowcase. It is not, you guys. It's the difference between waking up with dry and hydrated skin. Blissy is made from 100% pure silk. It's good for your hair and your skin. I wake up with way less frizz and fewer pillow creases on my face.
Also, if you didn't know, satin is made from synthetic fibers. It can feel soft, but it's rough on hair and skin. It doesn't keep your skin hydrated, but Blissy Silk is naturally hydrating, so it keeps your skin moisturized all night without soaking up your skincare.
Blissy is dermatologist tested and recommended. It's antibacterial and hypoallergenic, which makes it great for sensitive skin or skin that breaks out easily.
The anti-aging benefits are so good too. Silk is gentle on your skin. You wake up with fewer pillow lines, and over time you can reduce fine lines and wrinkles. It is like a little, mini skincare treatment every night. You can also just wash it in the machine and it looks brand new. Over 3 million people have bought Blissy, so it is clear that it works.
They even have over 70 colors, including a Wicked and Harry Potter line. I love the black color that I have, but the pink Galinda one is calling my name, so I think I'm going to order that one next, so I can just plop on my pillow when it's laundry day. Because you guys are a listener, Blissy is offering 60 nights risk-free plus an additional 30% off when you shop at blissy.com/prettybasic. That's BLISSY.com/prettybasic and use code prettybasic to get 30% off. Your skin and hair will thank you.
Okay, I have been all over the place. I have been traveling like no other. So right now I'm really trying to prioritize my sleep routine. It has been all over the place. I feel like I used to scroll on my phone for hours before bed and then just lay there wondering why I couldn't fall asleep. But now I have been replacing that with something so much better for my mind. I've been using Calm to replace scrolling, and it has just completely changed my sleeping habits. Y'all know I love Calm. I love The Garden Rain. I listen to it every night, but they also have sleep stories, and especially when I'm trying to get into that mindset before bed and, I'm not ready for the rain noise yet. I'm ready to just listen to something, get out of my head. The sleep stories, that's where it's at. They're so chill and so calming, and I always end up falling asleep before it's over. But then what I love is when it's done with the story, it still goes into a nice little ambiance, and I swear I love it. Also, I know that Remi loves their meditations. There's one for focus, and she really likes listening to that in the mornings, and she tells me about it all the time. It helps you feel calm and clear without feeling like you need to just jump right into your day right away. And the fact that everything is right there in the app makes it so easy. It's not just for sleep either. There are breathing exercises, quick grounding moments when I'm feeling stressed, even expert talks that help with things like confidence and managing relationships. It's such a good reminder that your mental health matters every day, not just when things are hard. Calm is the #1 app for sleep and meditation, giving you the power to calm your mind and change your life. Whether you want to feel less anxious, sleep more peacefully, or just have a better mindset throughout the day, Calm has something that can help. Stress less, sleep more, and live better with Calm. For listeners of our show, Calm is offering an exclusive offer of 40% off a Calm premium subscription at calm.com/prettybasic. That's CALM.com/prettybasic for 40% off unlimited access to Calm's entire library. That's CALM.com/prettybasic.
Okay, anyway, sorry, birthing video?
Oh, yes. Okay. In my health class, I remember learning about anatomy. I don't think we actually spoke about the actual act of sex, though, to be honest. I don't think
and
we
you went
did.
to public school, so okay.
Yeah, I don't remember, though. I don't think so. I will say, and I probably have talked about this before, but Cal grew up in the South. And so his experience of the sex talk was very different. And when he told me, they all went to the multi-purpose room, and they gave them a little Dixie cup of liquid. And the teacher, principal, whatever, was like, okay, you all have your cup. For the next 2 minutes, you're all just gonna pour and share, pour your liquid into each other's cups. And they're like, okay. So they're like, go. So they all start pouring. And then at the end, some of them had turned blue. And they're like, okay, if you have a blue cup, you're pregnant. That's literally what they learned.
That's giving Mean Girls.
Yeah.
And you will die.
He was like, that was their experience. I don't know at what age, but that's what he had.
Whose idea was that? And it was definitely a man's.
For sure.
There's no way a woman came up with that.
But what are you going to do?
Wow. Oh my God. Well, I mean, I just can't wait for you to be pregnant.
All of that to say, one day we will see. We will see.
Wow.
How have you been?
Good. I feel like I've been in maid of honor mode. I'm really excited for your shower. It's happening very soon.
It's literally in 2 days. By the time that they hear this, it's come and gone.
Yeah, so everyone go
watch the content.
yeah,
Go soak it all
I didn't want to
up.
assume you were vlogging, but like if you do vlog, like,
I
you should go
have
watch.
I have to remember it forever.
No,
I'm
exactly.
so excited. I truly am so excited that I don't know anything.
Yeah.
I am like very happy to have like let go of the reins and just like be there with all my friends.
Oh my God, yay.
I'm really
Also, weather
excited.
is supposed to be perfect.
Oh, yay.
Perfect.
I didn't even think about looking at the weather.
Yeah, because we're in a heat wave right now.
Oh my, I literally didn't even think about it. I
It's
just
like-
thought it was summer.
No, it was so hot, but it's supposed to be like 74 on Saturday. So
Perfect weather. Can you give us a little tea?
no,
Nothing?
I'm sorry. But next week.
Okay.
Next week we can do a full debrief.
Just one little thing.
Well, the one little thing you already know. So
Tell them.
So I had the idea, I was like, oh my God, I feel like Remi would really love to have, because it's like an outdoor event, you know, shower. And I was like, I feel like she would love to have like little chicks or like little like animals or like little like something, little, not a petting zoo, but just like, you know, a little something, something.
Am I going to hold a chicken?
I don't know.
Is it going to be a little yellow chicken?
It's a chicken.
Is it a chicken?
And she did get it out of me. Because she was like, look, I just need to know for Holden's sake, like, should he come? You know,
I was
because-
like, if there's an animal, he's going to want to be there.
yeah, which I get. So I told her to take her Zyrtec. And that's the only tea I can say.
Can you tell me what kind of animal?
Well, here's the thing. If I don't tell you, you might like put it up in your head and then you'll be let down. And we can't have that.
I would not be let down with any animal.
Yeah, but what if you're like expecting like ponies and then like it's like a guinea pig?
That's fine. I love guinea pigs.
I know you
There's
do.
literally no animal that I could be sad with, truly.
Say that again.
There's no animal I could be sad with.
We have it on camera.
I swear. Will you tell me? The pretty basic viewers will already see.
Okay. Or only if you're sure.
I'm positive.
You sure? You just told me you love that you don't know anything.
I do love that I don't know anything, but I would love to know what animal.
Okay. There will be chicks.
That's what I wanted. Don't tell me anything else. I just want a little chick. And technically, I don't need a Zyrtec because I'm not allergic to chickens.
Okay.
As far as I know. Oh my God, I can't wait. That's literally all that I want. Truly. That's it. One single chick that I'll just hold for the whole party in my
It's
pocket.
like on your shoulder
Yes.
the whole day.
Are they adoptable?
I will find out.
Just kidding.
Probably.
I can't have another chicken.
No, do not.
Another. I can't have a chicken.
I can't have another chicken.
I can't have a chicken.
Imagine you had a secret chicken and no one knew.
Ollie is really petitioning for me at my next house to have a chicken coop, and he's sworn to me that he will take care of them
No, you
if I
won't.
do it.
You'll hire
He
someone
will.
to do it.
No, he will do it.
There are a lot. My neighbors have chickens.
You know, he used to have a pet duck
They
named
have one
Alfredo.
now. He did?
Yeah. And the duck threw up. He was a child. It threw up and he went, I don't want it anymore. And
And
made them
that
take it
is
to a
what,
farm.
without even knowing that story, like, boom. Even like Rosie threw up the other day and I was like, thank God she's a small dog. Because if she was a big dog, that would be very different.
I don't even think about throw up because that's so infrequent. Poops.
Diarrhea
Oh,
in the
that
house
too.
or something.
That too. I
That's
just
a
think
lot.
of like picking up poop. That's
Yeah.
big. Man, this episode is gross. All about bodily functions. I'm so
You're right.
sorry.
You're right. How'd we go from chicks
Oh my
and
God, I
dicks?
can't wait to hold a little chick. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I did get asked if I want to foster a dog, which during the fires, they needed homes for dogs. So I filled out so many applications to foster dogs, and I finally got someone reaching out like, hi, do you want to take a puppy? I was like, I do so badly, but I'm about to be out of town, so I cannot take this on, but I will be fostering a puppy after. I will be. I'm going to hit them up the day that I come home.
I just get nervous and I think that's so beautiful, but you like love so hard. And it takes a strong person to foster and like be able to give the dog back. And I'm just scared you're going to end up with 4 or 5 dogs.
Legally, I think in California, you can only have 4. So it would only be 4.
Okay. Legally. So if they found out.
On camera. on 4. I'm just kidding. No, I mean, if it worked out.
Sorry, the fact that you even know that law is crazy. I could not tell you.
I only know that because we have a friend who loves to adopt dogs. Loves, but there is a cap in the state of California.
Okay.
Or maybe LA County or something like that.
Okay, good to know. See, the more you know. You don't learn this shit in school.
Yes. So what else is new?
I have to say, you already know this, but Kay has been amazing. I still want to do an episode with all 3 of us, and we can just like chit chat about wedding stuff. Maybe after could be fun.
Yeah.
But I feel like we balance each other so well. Like she's making the signs, and she's like, "I got this, don't worry." And I was like, "Perfect," because like I could do that, but I feel like I could do something else better. And she's like, "No, trust me. Like this is what I want." Like everything she wants to do is what I like would rather not do, and vice versa, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So she was really stressing about a venue because she was like, "I gotta get these invites out. Like I'm gonna make them and da 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 da." And I was like, "Wait, perfect. I'll find the venue. You make the invites. I'll tell you the address. We'll make it happen." So like we finally find one. So she like sends out the invites. They're so cute. She even, oh my God, she like went to. Long story short, ordering them wasn't going to come in time. So she was like, "I found out how to hand make these invites." And I like, they look great.
I love
They look
her.
so good. And I literally was like, "Haley, like this is music to my ears. Like, thank you so much." And yeah, just like sending people like what to wear and like all that little stuff. Like it's just been so fun. And yes, I will say the only thing I could use from you, and I know you're going to say absolutely nothing, but I have had a few people be like, "Hey, like, so like, what should I get her?"
Nothing. I don't want anything.
I get that. And I knew you'd say that, but you have to realize like people feel weird coming empty handed. So I've given, maybe you can like help a girl.
Sonny Angels,
Okay.
Labubu.
I would take 2 Labubu.
I would like 2 of the secret big into energy Labubus. How about that?
I feel like that's a bigger ask than like a KitchenAid
No,
mixer,
that's
to be
actually an
honest.
insane ask. No,
Did
no.
you see that UK is like pausing? Is it all of Pop Mart or just Pop Mart UK?
I don't know.
They're
Is
like
something
pausing.
happening?
They're pausing.
Oh, Ollie said that Central C posted it and they went viral.
No, and on top of it, all the like hype beast men are like getting into Labubu.
Labubu.
And I feel like they're kind of ruining it for everyone.
I saw the funniest TikTok of this person that was dressed as a Sonny Angel, and it was like your Sonny Angel sitting in your back closet after Labubu got big. I'm still a Sonny Angel girl. I have to say,
and I will say it's not just the Sonny Angel. Remi, you have an army.
I have a full.
You have a full army.
I have a full army. You
looking
guys.
at you like, okay, Sonny Angel versus Labubu, who would win?
In a fight,
Yeah.
Labubu. It would just like body slam onto the Sonny Angel.
Okay. What about 5 Sonny Angel versus 1 Labubu?
Sonny Angels.
Right?
For sure.
I feel like
I feel like they're kind of smart.
also because they have like fruit heads or whatever. I feel like
They have like minion energy.
they do.
You know?
They do. Or even like the giraffe.
Or they have like energy,
The
like
hippo.
little. Who?
The hippo Sonny Angel. You know that trunk
Oh,
feet.
yes.
Wait, hippo. That's an elephant.
The elephant?
Elephant.
I do feel like they have the energy of the Toy Story little
Army
aliens.
men.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I do feel like Labubu big, but also like kind of clumsy.
But Labubu, nice.
Labubu's scary.
Labubu, soft.
Maybe, you know what? Labubu looks scary, but Labubu on the inside is so like big teddy bear. Kind of klutzy.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Very like Snorlax from Pokemon.
Yes. Remi, same page. Same page.
One of my dreams just came true having that conversation.
My favorite is saying
Somewhere
Labubu.
inside, I just healed something inside.
Also, the other day, Ashley looks over. We're sitting next to each other. She goes, "How do you spell Labubu?" And I go,
Bitch, don't talk to me about
Labubu.
this.
On her propaganda, I'm not falling for trend. I see Labubu, not Labubus. Labubu.
She doesn't get it.
She doesn't.
If you don't get it, you don't get it.
And then today I like held one up to her and I was like, "Wouldn't you want to wear this? Like, it's gonna grow on you. I know it. There's gonna be one where she's like, okay, I kind of like this one." Yeah. Anyway,
I feel like she would go for like soy milk or like
she would want the
toffee,
macaroon
one of those
series.
neutral.
Yeah.
I will say I'm leaving the PB studio after this and I'm driving myself over to Pick a Party. Shout out to Pick a Party. Carla,
I wanna
my
go.
amazing friend that we met via TikTok. And I am picking up so many Labubus. I'm purchasing, don't you worry guys, purchasing so many Labubus because I've decided for my bridal shower gift, I'm going to gift everybody a Labubu, but in a very cute way. I was trying to think, I'm like, I want to give gifts. Like I love giving gifts, but I wanted to make it cute. What do people want? A Labubu. Everyone wants a Labubu. I'm going to put a Labubu. And I was like, I want to make it really cute, but like, you know, I don't need to like do anything over the top crazy. A Labubu is already crazy enough.
That is an oxymoron, what you just said.
A Labubu.
That's not crazy. It's only like one of the hardest things to get right now.
It's a little keychain, but I'm going to do, and so I found this on TikTok, which if anybody's listening and you want to do, whether you're doing like a party or like a wedding or an event, or just you're making bouquets for your bridal shower, gifts, you can go to Trader Joe's, because Trader Joe's obviously has such amazing prices on everything, and their flowers are such great prices. You can go to Trader Joe's, and at certain Trader Joe's, you can place a flower order with them. So you can order them in bulk at their price. And I have to say, the Trader Joe's by my house, they've been so nice. Shout out to Victor at Trader Joe's by my house. He's amazing. He's like called me every day to like check in and make sure everything's good and like check in on the order. Like he's been so sweet about my flower order, and I just feel like I'm very taken care of, and the price is amazing. So I'm doing little mini bouquets with a little Labubu on there.
And again, how are we supposed to know these things? How'd you find that out?
TikTok.
Ugh, you just said that. You did.
Yeah, but I'm like, if you're throwing a wedding and flowers are so expensive, and you want to do your own florals, or you need like little table bouquets, I don't know, something, you can do your own order there.
Well, also though, Trader Joe's always has good flowers, and it can be hard to find good like flowers. Like you'll go to like other stores. I wasn't gonna name drop, but you can like go to other stores and like you want something nice and they're all like kind of half wilted or like something. And I had no idea you could do wholesale.
Yep.
Damn.
It's really great. Highly recommend. You just go up to your Trader Joe's employee and ask, "Hi, can I make a flower order?" And then they literally brought me to the flower man.
Yeah.
Victor.
And you know what? There's gonna be a lot of people who are like, "Hey, Alicia, you killed this. The Labubu is my favorite part." And I'm gonna be like, so we did everything but that.
No, you can take credit for the Labubu.
No,
yes, you can.
I know,
well, you're gonna help me arrange them anyways. I'm making
God,
Kay and Alicia come over to my house and help me make them tomorrow. So technically, you are involved.
Wait, so how many do we get to open?
However many people are coming.
25.
I'm really excited.
Me too. That means we get to open 25
And thank you
Labubus.
to Carla for selling me Labubus to
Party.
give to everybody. Everyone check out Pick a Party in Whittier. Truly, she's
amazing.
actually so nice. The story of how I met her is so funny. Ollie and I saw her on TikTok, and I was like, Ollie, oh my God, this girl has Sonny Angels. We should go. And have I ever said this story?
To me, I don't think publicly.
On PB. And it's so funny. We pulled into the parking lot. We drove over to Whittier, and we're pulling into the parking lot. And he's like, "Oh, so like, is she a subscriber? Like, do you know her?" And I was like, "Oh, no. We don't know each other. I just saw her on TikTok, and I just wanted to go." And he was like, oh, "Okay." And we walk in, and she was live streaming. She was just like, she goes live a lot. If you guys follow her,
should we go live when we open all the? Oh, you want it to be a surprise though? Damn it.
No, it's a surprise. That's why I'm saying it now, because no one will know. Yeah. But we walk in, and she's on live on YouTube Live, and she streams to her followers every day, like just like working in the store. And we're just shopping around. It's me, Eli, and Ollie. We're just like walking around talking, like in the store shopping. And then at one point she's like, "Wait, excuse me, do you have a YouTube channel?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I have a YouTube channel." She's like, we have subscribers in common, and there were subscribers that were watching her live that heard my voice in the background and were like, "Is that Remi?" And then she was like, "Wait, you're a YouTuber?" I was like, "Yeah." And so then we got to talking, but like it was such a chance thing, and it was so great.
No, you inspire me so much to shout out small businesses. Like she literally, granted she was hustling like before that, but I feel like she's popped off even more. And it's like anytime, like I just know you've changed her life so much from like that small act of service of just like, oh, I'll shout her out. And then on top of it, like I just respect her so much for like the way she like hustles, and her sisters have shops next to her, and like I feel like it's such a good reminder that whatever your passion is, you can like make a living from that.
Absolutely.
Like, years ago, you would have never dreamt of what her job is now. Yeah. And like, she's like doing well.
She's crushing. And it's also so interesting. So her story, she started as a buyer for like corporate companies. Like, you know, if you worked at Nordstrom, there are people whose sole job are to be buyers and to pick what goes in Nordstrom. So she was working like in fashion, buying clothes for stores. And then at one point she was like, "I don't want to be in corporate anymore. I feel uninspired. Like, I don't know what I want to do, but I don't want to do this." And then she and her husband were literally working at like a farmer's market, kind of like swap meet, like doing like face painting and balloon animals. And then she really liked Sonny Angels, and her parents were like, and her family were like, "You should sell them. You should figure it out." And then it was like before the wave of Sonny Angels and before the wave of Labubus now. And now it's so crazy, and it's just so fun. And I know a lot of people have judgment towards like the toys and things. And I do understand a little bit of it. No. I get it. But also like, I think it's fun. And like, I really do think it's like healing that it kind of like we got Tamagotchis in New York and like I felt like I was a kid again. Like it does like fuel this like, I don't know, it just makes me feel young and like youthful. And like when being an adult sometimes really sucks, like it makes you feel like tap back into that like little Remi and little Alicia.
Also, look, I have so many thoughts. One, that's the prime example of like people knock it and make fun of it until they're like, oh, you can make money from that. I'm going to do that now. Like I'm going to start like sourcing them and selling them. You know what I mean? It's just like one, so fucking annoying. Two, like shout out to her parents for being supportive. And I know our parents have been so supportive with our career too, but like it can be really hard. I don't know, like even just having supportive people in your life to be like, no, pursue this, try it. Why not?
Yeah.
Like that's huge. And here's the thing. I talked shit on Labubus. I was like, they're ugly. The second I found out they're hard to get, I was like, wait a damn minute. Wait, that's kind of cute. It's looking at me different. I was like, wait a second.
Wait a second. You said no one can get it and I'm getting them sent to my house?
And that's just me being honest. Like everyone wants what you can't have. And like, that's just me being honest. Like I remember Ollie was like, Labubu. I was like, ew, that thing it's so ugly. But then once you see it differently, you're like, wait, like it actually is cute. And I will say like, I get it now.
I mean, also, I
apologize to the Labubu.
And at Pop Mart, each little character is also designed by like individual artists and things. So like the artist of Labubu has spoken out saying like he never could have imagined that like this was what he would have started. And I think that's really cool too. Yeah. Like each little one is a little piece of his mind. It kind of reminds me of like Murakami and like his little design, and then also like even like the Louis Vuitton collections. It's like each is like a little piece of art, and it's really cool that like this little design that he made up is like sweeping the world and people also, like love it.
Here's the thing. If you had Beanie Babies, you can't talk shit. Like if you...
I just think a collection in general. Yeah. Yes, I understand they are little plastic dolls and I get it, but also don't yuck someone's yums.
Here's another thing. It really is just gambling, you know?
And collecting
and gambling. At least you get to keep it. We could go to the slots and it's just like, boom.
I mean, what are things other people collect?
It's
mugs.
Like, yeah. Magnets,
Beanie Babies.
Precious moments.
I love precious moments.
They're cute.
They are really cute.
They're covered, but they're cute.
Yeah.
You know? And Sonny Angels are basically this generation's precious moments.
Wait. So real, and I'm gonna call my mom and tell her that after this episode.
It is true. Instead of having a glass armoire of precious moments, it's a glass armoire of Sonny Angels.
Did your parents have a glass armoire?
We didn't have that many, but they did have a few. Yeah.
I called my mom the other day. She loved her precious moments and my precious moments Bible, and she put them away in storage. And maybe I should go find them.
You should like
display them
for sure. And if it really is true. It's just like it's like a Happy Meal every day.
It's just a little figurine.
Yeah. It's like, which one are we gonna get? You know. It's just, it's girlhood.
It is girlhood.
And girl math.
Truly.
And I stand by Sonny Angels would beat Labubu.
1v1?
1v1, maybe.
You think?
Maybe. Especially if it's like the sitting series. Okay, I'm done. Let's like act my age, Alicia. No, the whole point of this is that you can enjoy whatever you want to enjoy in life.
It's true.
We can have worse addictions. Some people
vape.
Some people should try to like get into the Sonny Angel world, you know? That dopamine hits in ways you never thought it could. When you get the color you want.
Girl, I don't even need to talk about it. People know how I feel.
I know.
Why do you think I don't have a voice right now?
Did you?
I got a secret yesterday. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God, stop. I'm dead.
No, I'm just kidding.
All I know is you are the influencer's influencer because you influence the influencers.
That's so
And now everyone has a Labubu.
A Labubu.
Labubu.
I really do just think, I literally think of the artist. I'm not even really a Labubu girl. I'm going to be so honest. I am a Sonny Angel girl. But I think of that artist and I'm like so happy for him.
I know.
That this is so cool. That people are going crazy for his art. Like truly, I do think it's really cool.
I do think it's crazy that the hype beast men are like getting in. I quickly was trying to hit not interested so I don't get on this side of social media. But it was this guy going into a shoe store and I was like, what's the smallest pair of shoes you have that matched his? And he got it for his Labubu. And I was like, this is hitting a whole different.
There's definitely some sort of like science or like mental thing behind this that I'm curious about truly.
Yeah, dopamine. Try it. If you have low serotonin. It's helped me. Honestly, my therapist today told me, she's like, you seem like you've been good lately. Like anxiety, depression. I was like, yeah. I feel like I have been.
Just get a blind box.
Yeah, no, honestly, I haven't upped my meds.
Good. Okay, other than Sonny Angel and Labubu and blind boxes, why do you really think you're doing better?
I think I'm just excited for like summer. I'm excited. We've been like traveling so much, which has been awesome. I even was saying, I was like, the whole first half of this year, I've just not really allowed myself to think in a weird way. I'm just like, okay, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? And I feel like I'm just really excited to finally be at this point, which is next is your wedding. Like, it's like there's been so many other things or like last minute trips, which I'm so grateful, obviously, for all of that stuff. And like, it's just crazy. This is our lives. But like, you know, when you finally get done with that to-do list before the really exciting thing, whether it's like going to Disneyland or like you finally got done with work on Friday and now you can go to your vacation the next day.
Work is done time for fun.
Work is done time for fun. I truly am like, the next thing on my big list, other than your shower, which I'm so excited for, is your wedding. And I'm just like, this is the time we've not only like waited for years, but like we've talked about for years. And I'm just like, I feel very present right now. Maybe that's helping. I feel very like, sweet. I don't know. I'm really excited for that. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah.
I'm really excited, and you're doing an amazing job. Being a maid of honor it's a lot of work. It really, really is. And you guys are crushing it. And I talked about this to our therapist today, how I often don't feel like I can turn my brain off because I'm an organizer, and also like I am a type A person where I want to make sure that we're always 10 steps ahead. So I do worry a lot, like with the wedding, I feel like I've been stressing because I want to make sure that obviously everything is good, and also like we are prepared for anything to happen before it even happens. But truly, I was telling her, for the first time ever actually in my life, the bachelorette trip and also the shower, I feel like I've been actually fully able to trust and like turn my brain off and know things are being handled and just actually be present. And I'm so grateful for you guys, and thank you so much, because I've actually never felt this peace before in my life.
The way I just told her there will be chicks and that I get that speech is crazy. I'm kidding. Thank you so much. That means a lot. But I really like, it's such a team effort on everyone involved. Like, it really isn't just me. Okay, question. What's your I need food now but refuse to cook go-to?
Seriously, right now, mine have been the Taylor Farms chopped salad kits. They're like my emergency meal. Why stress when everything is right in the bag? It's so easy. They're so delicious, and there are so many options.
Wait, same. We just filmed a video of like what we eat on our lunch break while we're filming the podcast, and I literally whipped out my Taylor Farms chopped salad.
It looked so good.
It
she
was so, and I added my own like my own little shrimp because I had that as leftovers. Boom. Like, I love how you can dress it up. You can dress it down. No pun intended with the word dress for dressing. Like, when I tell you, these salads are an instant shortcut to just feeling good about yourself and the food that you put in your body.
No, I love, love, love Taylor Farms, you guys. I just had the Caesar salad kit, which I've been on a Caesar salad kick lately. Like, truly, I think about them every day for every meal. And I love to add rotisserie chicken to it because it just obviously bumps up the protein and just makes it so filling and delicious. And it's like restaurant level good. And the creamy Caesar dressing is amazing. Also, obviously, Caesar salad wraps are so big right now. Take your Taylor Farms chopped salad kit, the Caesar one, add in chicken. Ooh, even like chicken tenders. Ooh. And then chop it up. Maybe add like a little, I don't know, buffalo sauce or something. If you want to make it a little spicy, throw it in a wrap. Boom. You save so much money, and you have the viral chicken Caesar salad wrap.
Well, what I was going to say is the Buffalo Ranch is one of my favorite ones. And you could also, make a wrap for that one if you want, or just do the salad. Like, you have so many different options. The Buffalo Ranch one I love because it's spicy and tangy, and it just makes me feel like I'm actually treating myself to something good, but like without all the effort of actually having to make something crazy from scratch.
So grab a Taylor Farms chopped salad kit and get your salad together. Quick, easy, and delicious.
You know those days that feel like the weekend, even when it's not? Like, the sun is out, you're hanging with your besties, and it's definitely a Monday at 2 p.m., but it feels like a Saturday at noon.
Don't I? And you want something chill, not too heavy, and just easy to sip? That's what Happy Thursday is for. It's a spiked refresher that brings those weekend feels whenever you want. It's non-carbonated, so it has that smooth, clean taste.
Rem, did you see that they had them during happy hour at the Dear Media event we went to this last weekend?
Yes.
No, everyone was loving them. It ended up being one of those perfect days. Like, the weather was amazing in LA, and it was just the perfect little refresher. And honestly, such a happy hour mood. It's refreshing, but in a totally different way. It's not too heavy, not overly sweet, and it's just easy to drink. Y'all know I love mango and passion fruit, so I'm a mango passion fruit girl. It tastes like summer, sweet and light, and it's just so good. Also, it's 4.4% ABV, so it's just enough to keep things fun without being too much.
Also, Cooking with Remi loves to pair a drink with a matching food item. So I feel like the mango passion fruit would be so good with like a light summer salad, maybe with like grilled shrimp on top, some shrimp on the Barbie.
Also, they're naturally flavored, which is a big win. There's no weird aftertaste, just a clean, fresh feel, whether it's a barbecue, tailgate, pool day, or a chill night at home. Happy Thursday fits right in.
And the variety pack is perfect if you want to try them all. There's strawberry, black cherry, pineapple starfruit, and mango passion fruit. You can always line them up and have a little taste test with your friends.
Happy Thursday makes it easy to create those weekend moments any day of the week. No need to wait for Friday to unwind.
It's weekend flavor every day of the week, and we're here for it. To find out more and find a Happy Thursday near you, visit drinkhappythursday.com/prettybasic.
That's drinkhappythursday.com/prettybasic. Celebrate responsibly, non-carbonated, naturally flavored with other natural flavors. 21 plus, contains alcohol. 2024 Molson Coors Beverage Co., Milwaukee, Wisconsin beer.
Do you guys ever have one of those days where everything's just falling apart, but then Uber swoops in like a hero?
Oh, totally. Like the time I was editing all night and you sent my favorite coffee order to the house first thing in the morning, I could have sobbed, and you just know that is my love language. To be seen is to be loved, and just knowing that someone is taking the time to think of me and coffee, hello. The fact that I didn't have to even think about where I was going to get coffee in the morning, I didn't even have to get ready to leave my house. It was the gift that keeps on giving.
Ah, yes, Miss Alicia Marie, I know your love language. I know you love those simple yet big gestures more than anything, but Uber is not just about rides or food. It's about those little moments where Uber helps us show up for each other.
No, Uber comes in clutch during those last-minute lunch deliveries, during a meeting, or late-night sushi runs in between our podcast recordings. If I didn't have Uber Eats, I sometimes would end up not eating on days that we have just such a crazy schedule.
No, I'm honestly the same, and it's been such a lifesaver for me when I need to get an outfit picked up before a last-minute event. Uber's got our backs in more ways than one.
This was literally the sweetest thing that happened, but I was venting to my mom a few weeks ago, and I told her I had a really busy day the next day, and I was just really tired and stuff. I wake up, and she had sent coffee all the way from her, she wasn't even in the area. It's such a cute way to just do little things. It meant so much.
Have someone know that they're thinking of you.
And she was I didn't know if you wanted a matcha or a latte, so I sent both. And it was the cute. It literally was the cutest thing ever.
That's so sweet. Whether it's a coffee to kickstart the day or a meal to wind down, Uber helps us be there for ourselves and each other.
Uber helps you show up for the moments that matter. So whatever it is, big, small, or totally unexpected, Uber is on the way so you can be on your way to what matters most.
Uber on our way.
I had an epiphany, but I don't even know if this is applicable to you. But when it's the difference between any gift versus a meaningful gift. Price doesn't matter. When someone puts time and effort into things, it means so much more. Even just a handwritten note versus oh, I forgot, here's a gift card kind of thing, which is still very nice. But those homemade or nice gifts mean so much more. And maybe people being able to help, you're oh, they want to help me because they love me versus oh, I have to do it all myself. I don't know. That's kind of what came to mind, if that makes sense.
Also what I'm realizing, the significance of a wedding is there's so much that goes into it. So much unnecessary stress, so many unnecessary things. But at the end of the day, I think what I'm also remembering is the whole point of a wedding is for Cal and I to get married.
Yeah.
And for us to commit to each other for the rest of our lives. And I think what I'm taking away from everything that you've done and Kay's done and Tommy's done and people even coming, it's even the Bachelorette, people taking time out of their schedule to come is to celebrate Cal and I, and that's what means so much to me. People taking time out of their work schedules and being away from their kids and spending money to travel and all those things. It's at the end of the day, it's just for Cal and I, and that is a lot of pressure, and I hope everyone has a good time, but also it means so much.
But also you have so many people, everyone who's coming cares about you guys, so we could literally be on a farm and it would be amazing. You know what I mean? It's not you're having people who are going to be super judgy or it's not I don't know. I think that makes it so different too. I feel your bachelorette was just a little drop of what your wedding's going to be it doesn't matter what the schedule is. It doesn't matter where we are. We could be anywhere and we would have so much fun because it's just everyone loves you.
That makes me feel really happy. And I feel I really just want to focus on being present on the day, which I know it's going to be hard, but I really do think I trust you guys so much with my life that I actually will be able to be present. And I feel not a lot of people can say that not a lot of type A people can say that. So I feel very blessed.
Yeah, no, I think even I had this a whole completely separate combo with a friend. They were struggling to kind of like accept my love language. And I was like, let me love you. Like, this is my love language. And I know it's hard for you to accept it, you know? And they're like, wow, I've never had anyone explain it to me that way.
I completely know what you mean.
Yeah. And like, same with you. It's not like, oh, she gave us something we have to do. It's like, no, like, what can we do to help, you know? Oh my God.
I can't wait for I'm going to kill your bachelorette, bitch.
The way I'm like, you're going to put mine to shit.
No.
But no, not
I'm
mine.
holding a chick.
No. There's going to be Labubus every day.
No, because by then I feel like it'll be the next thing.
It will be the next thing.
Don't you worry though.
Get it. You get
I'm so excited. No, thank you for everything. It's going to be so much fun. Also, as much fun as we're going to have, I'm excited also to close the chapter. This has been a long time coming. We've been engaged for almost 2 years. Like, it's been so nice. But I'm just excited to start my married life with Cal.
Yeah. Oh my God. And it will be different. Like, even though it feels like you guys have been married, like, it will be different and so much more special. It was funny though. Today, Ashley came in and she was trying to figure out what to wear to your shower. And then I was like telling her a little bit of what to expect and stuff. And then she's like, are you going to help me with my wedding? And I was like, duh, of course. But I was like, well, are you going to have a planner? Because like, can we get like, no, I was kidding. I was like, oh my God, duh. But and then the other day I heard her make a comment being like, well, if we want to get married next year, like we got like, venue's already booked up. And I was like, we're ending yours and we are starting a whole other one. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy for her, but there's like so much. Oh my God.
It's wedding season. I feel like we're in that time officially. I feel like even a couple of years ago, we were talking about how we were just entering that era of like all of our friends getting married. And I feel like we are in the thick of it now.
And I feel like, I'm 32 and I'm shocked. I've been to weddings, but like, as far as all my close friends, I feel like it's just now starting, right? I feel like some people experience that when they were 23 or whatever. Yeah. And it's different for everyone, but it is so weird being like, oh yeah, all of my like close family people, like friends are now starting that, which is crazy.
It just makes us feel like, I feel old. I really do.
It makes me excited though. Like I feel like growing up, I used to dread getting older in the sense of like just living life scared me of like being an adult and stuff. It's probably why I did back to school videos for so long and like stunted myself. But now I'm like genuinely excited for I'm like, yeah. I even was thinking of like now being in my 30s. I never would have dreamt that I'd be single in my 30s, but I need to film it. I was thinking about filming this for my vlog and like a TikTok about being single in my 30s is so much less scarier than I thought. And I'm so much more confident in who I am that I'm not like overthinking what to text someone. Like, oh my God, like, what do I text him? Like, I want to make sure I play it cool. Or like, I'm just like, okay, this is my humor. If you get it, you get it. And if you don't, like, that's actually embarrassing for you because I'm hilarious. Like, it's so much less personal versus like, I feel like in my 20s, it was so much, I was just so different. And I feel like that's been very exciting. And it makes me excited for like, the next chapters.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I feel like that maybe that's a whole other reason why I'm like more at peace.
I feel like that's got to be a huge reason.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I feel a lot more like secure that way.
Yeah.
And it's exciting because not that, I guess I didn't really have people to look up to that. I mean, obviously I had like Taryn and Ashley and I have friends who are in their 30s, but I didn't really have like a influencer to watch where I like had that as a role model. Like I had people in my life, but like I feel like I would have liked to have like a influencer or someone to like look up to who felt that way. Yeah. And hopefully I can help people listening. But regardless of that, I feel like that's something that I wasn't expecting that's been really cool.
No, I think that's incredible. And I think that's such a, like the biggest pro to whether you're waiting or whether you just find your person later on in life. I just did a call with our officiant last night to discuss like interview questions of like, oh, so like, you know, what was your first impression of Cal? Like for the ceremony. And one thing that I talked about was how, I forget what the question exactly was, but I was talking about how we met each other when we were 24 and 23.
That's crazy.
Which to some people might be older, but like in LA, that's pretty young to meet the person you're going to marry. And I was saying how it's really cool that we've been together for as long as we have. And it's really cool that we were able to meet when we were younger. But at the same time, also, it came with its own set of challenges where we had no idea who we were. And we were both growing. We either were going to grow together or grow apart. Luckily, we grew together. But we were both figuring out so much. We were both navigating our first real relationship. We were both navigating moving in for the first time with someone. Like, it brings on so many different challenges that really does challenge you to learn how to communicate and learn how to, problem solve and things like that. But what's really cool about you dating now is you've done all that work. I feel like now when you're dating, you have such a strong sense of self. It's going to be easier to like know if that person is your person or not. I think that's what's really, really cool about that. And I honestly, I'm a little jealous. I envy it.
Bitch, I'm jealous you getting married.
No, I think it's really, really cool though. I
No,
really
thank
do. And I
you.
think that you dating now is going to be a lot easier than if you were to date 6, 7, 8 years ago. You know what I mean? In that
Oh my
way.
God, yeah. And I mean, you remember when you first when we first started becoming friends, like I was so insecure. Couldn't even look at a guy. Couldn't even like talk to a guy. Again, I think that's why my conceited humor is funny, because if you know that, it makes sense.
I think also it's really cool because you can tell that your self-confidence, like the way that you feel now versus the way when we first became friends, you can tell it wasn't from male validation. It wasn't from anything other than just yourself and like knowing yourself more and knowing how cool you are. Truly.
You think I'm cool?
I think you're so cool.
It's just weird because we really have known each other so long. And when I was sending you photos, I was looking up old photos of you for something. And it was just so weird looking at those photos and like seeing where we were then.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, like one of your biggest things, which you talked about on Pretty Basic, was just like you wondering if you'd ever have a boyfriend, or you're like, will I ever find like happiness and love? And like, and it's just so weird now. Like we're here at your wedding. And I don't know, is there something you would say to like young Rem who's like heartbroken or just like wanting her person?
I was just talking about this actually with the officiant, and I don't know if I have like an actual like statement to say, but just something that I think is so funny, but it's so true. And I know people hate hearing this when they're dating, but when you don't care and when you actually just like not give up, but when you just like let go and let God, it truly does happen. Like I came on this podcast and I think it's really cool that Pretty Basic listeners were there from like the first date I went on essentially.
Yeah.
Or to the tail end of my first and only situationship, but towards the tail end into this now, I think is so, so cool. Have we ever gone back and listened? No. Will I ever? Absolutely not.
But internal team, like we need to find the episode. I distinctly remember you being like, "You have a date tonight. I don't want to go," and that was Cal. We need to find it.
Yes.
We need to add up the dates. We need to find it.
Yeah, which I think is so cool, and that's what I was talking to everybody about. Where I was like, I would come into this studio every day in our first season and talk about every date that I went on. The turtle dude,
oh my God, Bumble Boy,
and oh my God, Bumble Boy, like those sorts of guys, and I wish them all well. I really do. But it's so funny how like I was so desperate. I really was. And I don't regret that, because I was for the first time in my life dating after literally no guy ever giving me attention. And I went absolutely nuts, as I feel like someone who goes through a weight loss journey and is always like the friend that that craved attention and never got it. Like, I feel like I had the most textbook, we all could have seen
rom-com.
what was going to happen exactly journey to dating and finding myself. But, going through it at the time, I was like, no one gets this. No one understands me. And it's like looking back, I'm like, wow, a lot of people feel that way. And it was so normal. But all to say, I remember being like, all my friends would be like, well, when you stop caring, it's when it happens. And when you stop caring, it happens. And I'd be like, okay, well then I don't care.
No, I
don't
be like,
care.
yeah, I'm so chill.
I'm such a cool girl. I actually don't care. But like, it's so funny because tapping back into that feeling, there's such a tangible difference between when I was pretending to not care, and actually not caring. And the second that I actually didn't care is literally the week that I went on my date with Cal. And Cal likes to also say, he thinks there's also a world where you want what you can't have. Labubu's full 360 coming back to
Remi,
it.
that was deep.
You want what you can't have.
And he was like, damn, she doesn't care.
Truly. He is like, I've always asked him, I'm like, because I was so like, bye, never see you again. He was like, wait, do you want to hang out again? I'd be like, I don't know, I'm kind of busy. But like, it was so true.
Yeah.
Like versus me being like, okay, he texts me back 3 hours later, I'm going to wait actually 6 hours and 1 minute now.
Yes.
Like it.
Or the, what do I say?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It just has to be so natural. And it going back to like little Rem, it'll happen, but it has to be 1,000% authentic. And Cal truly is like, wow, I'm always like, do you think you would have been as interested in pursuing me or like pursued me as hard if I was like hitting you up every minute? And he's like, honestly, probably not, because it's just human nature. You want what you can't have.
There is such a difference. And I will say too, like you said, you can't fake that difference, but you also have to go through that period of you wanting it so badly to then actually not care. You know, like
Absolutely.
you had to go through that like quote desperate era. I'm not gonna say desperate
no,
era.
No,
it was
the depths of desperation, babe. It was. I was scaling walls. I was scaling walls.
Yeah, you had to be really desperate. You were really.
I'm gonna be honest. I had a moment earlier when you were like, I was insecure, and I was like, oh, absolutely, but I didn't mean it like.
No. This is why we're friends, because we know what each other means. But like it's just funny to be like, oh yeah, girl, you were. Oh, it was so desperate. No,
it was really bad, and I will admit, yes.
No. But you like had to go through that to finally not care.
Yeah.
You know? Like, yeah. So would you look back and be like, damn, I wish I just not cared less, but like, or just let the world go, like let
no, because it needed to happen in the way that it did, truly. And because I really do think you have to go through that. My whole journey was like the situationship, and then like seeing guys after and trying to make them fit as my person. And looking back now that I'm actually with my person and how easy it is, I'm like, oh my God, that would have actually never worked.
Yeah.
I would have actually been it would have been really hard. And I feel like it wouldn't have been an easy relationship. And the way that everything with Cal, even in hard times, is still miles easier than the problem I had with the situationship, or the problem I had with like not communicating properly with like a guy that I was seeing. Like the way that the worlds are so different. But my journey was like the guys that didn't work, that I was desperately so trying to make fit. And then I had one guy that was really into me that I just wasn't into. The guy that Eli and Bree showed up with wigs to my date. And I was like, I feel like I got like both sides of the coin, where I feel like then I was like, okay, I feel like and I think a lot of it for me was the lack of experience, because I did grow up my whole life being the friend that no guy wanted to date. And I just so desperately wanted attention. And then when I finally got it, I went crazy. And then I just wanted, growing up with movies and like growing up with all my friends having boyfriends, I was like, I just so badly want a lick of this experience. I think I finally got I got the experience of being rejected, which as much as it sucked, I was so happy that I was like, wow, at least I have my leg in the race. And then the other side where I was like, wow, for the first time, like I have the ability to say like, no, I don't want to date this person. And then I feel like I was finally like, okay, cool. Now,
you know,
we'll let it happen.
Crazy too is I've come across a lot of TikToks now of girls being like, yeah, I'm 24 and I haven't had my first kiss, and it feels embarrassing. And it's like, it's so cool that people are being, not that people didn't say that on YouTube, but it was very different versus like TikTok now. Like, I feel like it's so much more comforting being like, because when you're 24 and you haven't kissed someone, it's like, you feel like you are an alien. You know what I mean? But in reality, like seeing other like, even like hot girls say it, you're like, oh, that isn't that weird. Like, it's not uncommon. Or even you feeling like you were having a crazy only experience no one else was experiencing, you know?
I do think TikTok is so good for that. TikTok is so great at building community. I don't know if it's just the fact that it's short form. I don't know if it's the fact that like everybody is a creator. YouTube feels a lot more daunting to create content in general. And like we know that, and everybody else knows that too. And I feel like it's TikTok, I don't know, maybe because of the way that it's just so fast and quick, and the comment section, like I do feel like it's an easier way to like feel connected to people. So I think that's really cool. That someone can make a TikTok and then people can respond to that. Maybe it's like the stitching of it all. Maybe it's like that like interface. But I agree, because it's like the idea of like watching a YouTube video, you're like, wow, I really resonate with that, I'm gonna leave a comment, versus like, you know, I feel like TikTok is just a lot easier.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. Oh my God. Wow.
I love it.
Like, I'm such a nostalgic bitch. Like, I love like having these talks, because it's you really forget how far you come in life until you look back. And like, I'm thinking of short blonde hair Alicia and you out shaking our asses in WeHo, realizing like, oh, if we want to meet straight guys, we're probably not going to meet them here.
Or the straight guys you meet in WeHo are the creepy ones that are like, oh, there's going to be girls there that are unsuspecting of being hit on. Let's go.
That too. But yeah, I'm so proud of you, and I'm so excited for your bridal shower and your wedding.
I would like the chick to be handed to me as I'm walking in the door, please.
Okay. Note that. well, let me write that down.
Put that on the PV Instagram. Let's make a TikTok of that, please. Chick handed in door frame. Did you actually write it down?
No, I didn't. I blanked.
Zane is your assistant.
No, literally.
I will say, we have traveled the world this year.
We have.
And it is very nice to know that we are here for the next few weeks without travel plans. And I'm very much looking forward. I've been having such a good time getting back into a routine. I saw my Pilates instructor, my favorite Pilates instructor. And I walked in, she was like, oh my God, you're finally back. I was like, I missed it.
You're like, thank
I
God.
missed you. I went twice in 2 days in a row. And she's like, my lucky week. And I'm like, I missed you.
No, it's the little things like that.
It really is. I'm so happy to be back. And I mean, we obviously are back from New York, and I feel like we recorded right before we left, but there were a couple more things that happened. I did have a breakdown. Oh, I did have a breakdown right before we left New York.
Oh, but you talked about it in the vlog though.
I did crash out. I did. I haven't posted that vlog yet. I did have a crash out when we were leaving to one of the business event that we had to go to. And I just have to say, I was crashing out because there was just a lot of stress going on. It was like a culmination of a lot of things. Oh, I didn't even get into like the prenup talk of it all.
Damn it. The past few weeks, we've been like, we should talk about the prenup.
We can talk about that next week. Yeah. Cal and I talked about on Pretty Basic in the past how Cal and I have chosen to get a prenup. And so I was dealing with a lot of that in New York while we were there for obviously work stuff and had like fun time too. With the wedding coming up, there were so many things that we had to do meetings for. Like we had to do a meeting for the tuxes. We had to do meetings with the potential caterers. We had to do prenup meetings with attorneys and things. And it was just like a lot of stress and like a lot of hypothetical conversations, and I think it was just a lot.
I was just gonna say they were also a lot of things you couldn't delegate. Like you had to do all of those calls,
absolutely,
which made it probably even more daunting.
Yeah, it was a lot for sure. And then we left to go to one of the big events that we were in New York for, and I put my outfit on, and it didn't work out how it was supposed to, and I had a full-on crash out. I was like not sobbing, but I just like, I think it was just the straw that broke the camel's back. It was an outfit, it's fine, but I just was like, oh my God, one more thing that's not working. Like it was a lot, and so I'm crying, and it was so cute because Ollie and Alicia like snapped into best friend modes, and they were being like so sweet, and like even though I was just like sad, I like watched them like helping me, and it's in those moments that like I pulled it back together where I was like, I'm blessed with the best people in the world. Truly, like Ollie's like, what are you wearing? Where's your skirt? I'm steaming it for you right now. Alicia's like, try this on, and how about this? And then how about that? And Ollie's like, okay, well, how about this? And I like, at the beginning, Ollie's like coming into the room, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I just have to close the door. And I'm like closing the door gently on him. I was like, I just need a minute. And then I just like start crying in the room silently by myself. And then at one point, life hack, if you're sobbing, bend over and just cry, because then your tears won't fall on your face. They're just going to fall straight on the floor, and you can cry while you have your makeup on.
I will say, I don't know if it's my face, but that doesn't work for me.
I think it's not your face. I think it's the amount of tears.
That maybe that too.
I think that's it.
Mine's a stream.
I think, yeah. I think, but we could try still.
I've tried.
Oh, okay.
I'll try again.
Yeah. Because I think when I cry, I only cry like a few tears. I really do. It's the faucet's pretty empty.
You're such a pretty crier, and I'm a snotty mess. My face turns red. I'm like,
it depends though. It depends what we're sobbing about.
But you have like cute little Cheeto
and how much I'm,
your
how
eyes
drunk
are
I am.
glistening. Ugh.
It depends if I'm blacked out. It's over.
I'm like, it's so bad.
It was really sweet though. That was a moment. If you want to hear the whole crash out, I might put it in the vlog. I might cut it. We'll see. And then something funny that happened on the way home.
Oh my God, yes.
We were at the airport, and we were coming home, and I'm a pretty, depends on the day. Today I was an observant person. We're coming down the escalator, and I have this like specific shade of blue luggage. It's like a very particular blue shade.
Like a denim.
No one has it. It's like a bright ass neon cobalt
like
blue or something, cornflower blue. And we're coming down the escalator, and I like see in the distance this blonde lady has the exact same blue suitcase as me, and I was like, finally, another bitch with taste. I've been waiting to see another girl with the same color, or like someone with the same color, because like I truly have yet to see anybody, and I go everywhere with that luggage. And so I was like, oh my God, love it. Hey girl. And then we move on, and then Alicia and I are standing at the carousel for like a really long time, and we're waiting. And then Alicia goes, wait, I feel like maybe we're at the wrong carousel. So she looks at her phone, and it turns out we were at the wrong number. We were at 25 when we should be at 23. So we just scurry on over to 23. And as we're like rolling up, I see my suitcase coming. I'm like, oh, thank God. And I see my suitcases are like basically touching. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, lock in, Remi. You got to pull off that one luggage. You got to pull off the second one super fast, because like you can't embarrass yourself in front of these people. So I pull off the suitcase. I'm like, woo, okay, I got it. I look at my suitcase. I'm like, oh my God, ew. it's like a lot dirtier than usual. Why is there all this sticker residue? Because I'm the person who like, we get to the hotel, I'm pulling off all the stickers, the residue is coming off, the tags are going in the trash. Like I get everything off. And I'm like, oh my God, there's so much residue. What's going on? And then I'm like, wait a second. And I look at the tag and it's not my suitcase. But we had been gone for so long at the wrong carousel. I'm like, oh my God, it's not here. And I know that lady took it. Yeah. I know she thought that it was hers.
That's always been my fear of having like the pink luggage that's super cute and trendy, because I'm like, the chance of people having it is low, but also high at the same time.
Not even that. I'm like a plain black suitcase, a plain silver suitcase, like anything plain.
But I feel like with black ones, I'm more likely to double check that it's mine, because I'm like, wait, is that one mine? But if it's like, oh, my pink one, you know.
That's true. That's true. So I look, it's not my name. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I scurry on over to Alicia with the suitcases and I go, oh my God, my suitcase is gone. And she's like, oh my God, well, like go to the desk. Like I bet the help desk can help you. And I was like, I bet that lady's still here. I was like, LAX, it's hard getting an Uber home or like, you know, a taxi or something. So I'm like, can you wash my stuff? I'm going to run outside.
You ran.
She's like, yeah, sure. I just start running. I'm running through the airport. I'm like scanning as I'm running, looking for the bright blue. I see no bright blue. I run outside. I'm like scanning. I'm running to the next door, scanning. Finally, I look forward. I see a blonde-haired lady with a luggage cart with 5 blue suitcases stacked in front of her. And I'm like, yes. So I run up to her.
Wait.
I'm like, hi, excuse me. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I'm not sure, but I think maybe you might have taken my suitcase. And she's like, and I was like, is your name Stacy? And she goes, yes. And I was like, oh my God, I have your suitcase. You have mine. And she's like, I'm so sorry. I was like, no worries. So I run back in. We get our suitcases. We bring them out. We switch them out. She was so nice. And then we go back home. And then in the Uber home, I'm like, I have her name.
Let me just like look up the Zillow.
I'm just gonna like look her up. I'm just curious, like, who is she? Is she someone? Because she had this aura. She had like a very low key, famous aura, cool girl aura. Where I was like,
Did she look familiar, or you were just like, I get the
No,
vibe?
I just got a vibe. She was just like cool and low key.
You're like, you have really cool luggage, so you must be someone.
You have like amazing taste. Are you a celebrity? And I look up her name. Boom. One of the most like famous wedding photographers. Who I literally was looking at her page recently because she shot someone that I was watching in a TV show. And I was like, oh my God, gorgeous wedding. Boom. Done. She was lovely. I already have my wedding photographer booked, but I was like, imagine a world where I hold her luggage hostage and I'm like, be here at this venue on this day and shoot my wedding.
Wait, what's crazy is like, that's the whole like butterfly effect thing. Like if you actually did book her from that or something, you know how everyone's like, you're doing the butterfly effect wrong.
Yeah.
It's not just like, if I didn't go to coffee, I wouldn't have gotten my matcha, or like, I don't know. That
the
made
butterfly
no
effect
sense.
confuses me. What is it?
That made no sense. But it's supposed to be like weird. It's supposed to be like, whoa, if I didn't miss the train and then get dropped off at the wrong location and my phone died and I had to borrow a stranger's charger, then I would have met blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Like it's supposed to be like, what are the actual chances of this happening versus like, I went to a coffee shop and they made my matcha perfect.
What are the chances that I would have met my husband if my best friend didn't marry his best friend?
Yeah, but
or is
even
that real
more.
butterfly effect?
No, like even more. Even like,
oh no, I was like making a joke of like someone not doing it right. Okay.
Yes. It's supposed to be more like,
they
wow.
say the butterfly effect.
Yeah. Wait, that's funny.
Well, so happy I got my luggage back.
Yep.
Shout out to that wonderful photographer. I'm glad she got her luggage back. Hopefully it wasn't like thousands of dollars of cameras and things.
No, I'm very glad. In my head, I was like, you know what? Anyone who would have that luggage would want theirs back.
Understood.
So they're not going to steal yours. So I did feel a little like, but I was like, damn, you might have to come back tomorrow.
Even that's, or even the like having to meet up and being like, hey, I have your luggage. Can you meet me here?
Yeah.
And you never know.
Yeah.
Well, all to say, this was lovely girl chat.
Love girl talk.
So happy that my cramps have somewhat subsided.
Good. It's probably because you're like, are you like warm and sweaty a little bit? Maybe the back is like warm.
Does that help?
Like heat helps for me at least. So in my head, I'd be like, oh, like I'm kind of warm. So maybe that helps.
I think just talking with you just is a good distraction.
Oh my God. Well, thank you guys so much, of course, for being here for another week, another episode into our lives. Monumental times. Wow.
We're going to have Cal come on to the episodes and talk about the wedding and everything. So I think a recap moment, or we'll see what we do. But love you guys so much. I can't wait. I can't wait to hold a chick. Look on Instagram to see me holding a chick.
And I can't wait to change this studio.
That's it. We love you guys, and we'll catch you next week. Bye.
Bye.